against Yuma, which I believe is deserts? Lands in graveyard, that's it. Well, Wash Away, I think, is very good, and we do have a Mana Dork. And a second Mana Dork. I think we get down the Divide Guide. I don't think they'll be able to cast their commander next turn. At least I hope not. We may have to source the Provisioner. So let's do that now. We'll hold up. Wash Away. Surely you don't want graveyards in lands in your graveyard. You want lands in your graveyard. That's what I was trying to work out. Now I am just going to hold up Wash Away. Because they can cast Yuma. I think that's worthy of countering. What do we have in our graveyard? No permanent. Yeah, that was an odd one. Well, let's get down Yarok. We can Sunderflock to bounce their entire board, which would be good. They're not elementals, are they? Yeah, Plant Warriors, good. Hmm. That's good with Ramonite Excavator because they can just play everything out from their graveyard. Right, let's regular evoke Muldrotha because we are going to draw approximately all our cards. Yep. Let's get down a Surveil. Don't need that for now. All that. Let's up the beam. I want to get rid of the Ramonite Excavator. Suppose we could bounce it. Let's just get down beans. Yeah, we could. Actually, no, you can't ephemerate a token. But maybe we use it for protection. We do have to discard 4. Let's discard Garruk, Gigantha, Leyline. Deceit. And yeah, Leyline, because we can cast things from our graveyard with Muldrotha if we want to. Come on, opponent. There is Yuma. They have a plant. They have to discard. Right. We will cast Omnath regularly. Oh, why did we play a land then? That was silly. Draw a couple. And then we'll just evoke you for free. Bounce 2 of our own creatures. I should have tapped for mana first. And we still need to discard 4 cards. Temple Garden, Muldrotha, Feaster, and Windswept Heath. I might just flicker Omnath. What else did I have? There is Yuma. I don't have many deserts. Oh, go on. If I can get value out of an Ephemerate as well. Right. Woo, and almost will work. Let's get a Blood Crypt. I think you might just be dead. Because we're about to deal 4 twice to any target. Yep. Oh, our opponent goes first. This is not a great hand. Although Beanstalk is really good. We do need a green source. And Wash Away is really good as well. let's get a hedge maze. Yep, crack your Misty Rainforest. Yeah, we'll keep you and all. Ooh, they don't surveil. Well, let's get down our beans. Okay, maybe we don't necessarily need lands out. If they don't play a Mana Dork, we might just get down the Heirloom. Obviously, we can't use that to cast Wash Away. Now, we definitely are not getting it down. We'll just get down a Thundering Falls then. Yeah, I'll keep the Cavalier. Hei Bai, Hei Bai, Hei Bai, Hei Bai, Hei Bai. Don't have a counter. Well, let's get down Ashling then. I mean, they can cast Hei Bai again. Well, let us evoke you and draw. We'll get a incubator back. Even though I mean, we can get it back if we really want to. Yeah. That makes sense. Oh, we couldn't actually exile it because it was a token. Well, we have ways to destroy artifacts and enchantments. Well, let's get down at Incubator on Elemental. Let's kill the Goshintai. Sacrifice you. Don't think there's anything we particularly can cast. So let's just get Commercial District. Don't need that. Draw. Destroy target enchantment. Create a Rhino. And our opponent scoops. Yeah, we were about to attack in for 12. Only 7/7 of it had trample. So they would have blocked, because you always want Hei Bai to die, but then we're going to have quite a few tokens that are around. And unfortunately, Omnath has to be around, and he won't but when we sacrifice it and the Titan at the end of turn, we're going to do 6. So it might actually, let's say they block that, we do 7, then up to 13. No, so they'll have 6 life left. So not dead, but not far off. So we're up against a kind of mirror match. And unfortunately, Urza's Incubator is symmetrical. This is okay. I have the effigy. We draw the incubator anyway. I have a Mind Stone. Next turn, we can get out the Lotus Cobra. It's not going to make much difference because they, assuming they get the mana one, probably should have waited till after they selected. Yeah. Oh well. Let's go green. We do need one that enters tapped. Untapped. I would quite like some things with ETBs. I think the stick might be from them being able to crack the star. Well, that's an ETB. Next turn, I think we can warp the Vocalist and then evoke our Titan. Yep, there's Salacinder. Could kill it again. We might be able to hardcast Titan. We can. Ooh. Or do we evoke it, take out everything, and then evoke Fire Vibrance? Take out, yeah. Let us just red. take out your commander again. And then we will evoke you. We will destroy target and then create a rhino. Destroy target and create a rhino. Maybe get to draw a card from that. Destroy target and let's gain 5 life. And then gain 5 life. Let's put a shield counter on Ashling. And yes, our opponent scoops. We go first. Ignoble Hierarch turn 1. Risen Reef turn 2. And then Ashling after that. Oh, there's an Omnath. Keep the Revels. And then let's crack this and get down the incubator. What do we want? Let's go for a breeding pool on Elemental. I'm going to get down Elspeth. No, I'm going to get down a Solemn. Wow, okay, that's bold. Don't need you. Probably should have evoked it, really. And this will get us to draw a card. But we need more creatures. Lots of creatures, please. At least we can draw another card. Oh, is this... Are they a Heir Apparent deck? Green and blue. Well. You white, you green. Get a few more triggers. Oh. Let's hold up Wash Away. We can actually counter a non-commander spell as well. But we didn't need to. I imagine they had another heir apparent in hand and we're going to get loads of them out. I'm not sure why they put the sword on the heir apparent. Surely you'd probably put it on your big 8/8. Oh, we're up against Auntie Ool, and this hand isn't keepable. Unless we... we need a third land for Risen Reef. So we can surveil for that. And we'll get a green source. Let us get a Lush Portico. Well, we need a land. There is a land. But putting Roaming Throne into the bin feels bad. Feels very bad. So next turn we Risen Reef. I hope that survives. Well, we didn't get a land. I think we have to take that out. They do only gain 3. And if we draw land, an untapped land, we can Ashling's Command. That's not an untapped land. Let us evoke this. Wow, we are not hitting anything. Doesn't really matter. We do need double white for Eirdu. We need a pitch 2. What do we... Let's pitch the Battle Crier. And... I suppose we could Wash Away. We can evoke Gigantha. Although the mana, that mana can't be cast, used to cast generic mana. Yeah, well, we're taking that. So this would deal 3, so not enough to take out Massacre Girl. Let's copy and True Treasures. We'll copy the Risen Reef and we'll create 2 treasures. And yeah, let's play out a Tangled Florahedron. On Elemental. That's pretty good. There's a Barrogoyf. Nice. We have 9 mana. So we can replay you. Oh, we do have to sack some things. Yeah, we can't. We do have 2 green. Doesn't really matter. Fortunately, I kind of think we are just dead. Because we can evoke Wistfulness, but none of these are worth it. So let's just get down another blocker. Let's discard and explore. All their creatures have Wither. So yeah, we've got a block there, unfortunately. On Elemental. Take out Massacre Girl. Oh yeah, but we only have 1 blocker now. Yep, that was stupid. We go first. We don't have ramp. Oh, this is better. Let's get down the fuel tank feaster. And hopefully you survive. Oh, they have a bloom tender. Let's double blue. Wow, we don't find a land. That is very not good. We will choose Elemental. Well, again. Well, we found a land. Let's get down Ashling. There is their commander. Shock you in. Let's up the beanstalk. Let's get down Realmwalker on Elemental. And we'll get down our Chromatic Lantern. Why does it think... Oh, can we evoke you for free? I think we can, but there's no point evoking Eirdu for free. It does have flying as well, so doesn't really work with Mothra. Well, there's the Great Henge. Is everything an Evergoth now? Or everything's an everything? So... we want you on... let's kill you. We can still... evoke you. We want to keep the real one with flying. No, let's... I suppose you get sacrifice anyway. How can I... I'm not quite sure how I can still cast you, but never mind. Oh, well, that's annoying. So is that. Well, they clearly have something, don't they? Maybe not. Problem is, yeah, we can just cast you normally. Let's get you down. Don't want more lands. What does this do? 3 damage to any target, land, put it into hand, regain 2 life. Bang, bang. And let's play out Ashling. Because all our creatures do have Convoke. Discard, draw. Discard, draw. We're going to have to block with Eirdu. Well, her... Let's block there. Beans is gone. I'm basically going to be able to chain stuff together. Wow. Yes. Don't really need you. Right. On Elemental. On Elemental. Yes, I think we can't play you. Well, let's evoke you. We found a land. We found another Omnath. We found a lot. We're just getting through like our entire library. It's definitely looking like it, isn't it? What I'm confused about what was happening because surely, because I know we had Roaming Throne to double things up, but well, I suppose we doubled the token creation, so we were just getting huge amounts, and then we could just actually just attack him with Yarok and Isilu and Emptiness, and well, gain back 20 life, but also just kill them. Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another Historic Brawl gameplay video, and today we are taking a look at Ashling the Limitless. Ashling is one of the commanders from Lorwyn Commander set, which is why it's got the fancy set symbol, much like the Reaper Kingdom War we played last week. So Ashling is a 3 mana 2/3, and the mana cost is red, but she is all colours, and we'll get to that in a second. And she has elemental permanent spells you cast from your hand, gain evoke 4 as you cast them. Evoke is an alternate casting spell, casting cost, and if you evoke a creature, you sacrifice it as soon as they come into play. Most famously, I think, on Muldrotha, 5 mana 2/2 elemental with evoke 3 when it enters draw 2 cards. So we can get down creatures for 4, and then it says when you sacrifice a non-token elemental, create a token, a copy of it. The token gains haste at end of turn. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice it unless we pay Wooburg. That's why Ashling is 5 colours. Now, I've never played Wooburg because that's really expensive to keep a creature around. But what it basically means is you get 2 ETBs and then you can sacrifice him for a big creature, but you may not have a blocker around. Now, I'm not going to go through every single elemental, but I will go through, first of all, doublers. So Twin Fane Travellers is also from Lorwyn, which doubles up elemental triggered abilities. Roaming Throne will come down as an elemental and doubles up elemental triggered abilities. Yarok the Desecrated is an elemental and just doubles up ETB triggers, which is great. And Starfield Vocalist is not an elemental, but it also doubles up ETB triggers. But we can warp it in for 1. So if maybe we have 6 mana, we can warp this in and then evoke something to double up the ETB triggers. Next up, I'm going to go through, I think, some of the really powerful elementals. Starting with Risen Reef. Risen Reef is just an uncommon, but it is incredibly powerful. A 3 mana 1/1. When it or another elemental we can drop enters, we look at the top card of a library. If it's a land card, we put it on the battlefield tapped. If we don't put it into the battlefield, put it into a hand. So basically, this makes pretty much every creature we play ramp or card draw, which is insane. And if we evoke this and get the ETB trigger and play other things, but at 3 mana we don't really want to evoke it. Salacinder and Soot Rascals is from the Lorwyn Alchemy set, a 4 mana 3/3 Prowess and Trample. When it enters or we cast another elemental spell, that can be relevant even if the spell gets countered, and or if it's not a permanent, we still get it. We either conjure a card name Rite of Flame into a hand or conjure a card name Take Inventory into a hand. They're both similar. Rite of Flame, as we can see there, add 2 red and then an additional red for each card name Rite of Flame in each graveyard, and Take Inventory is draw a card and then additional card for each Take Inventory in each graveyard. So if we go all in Rite of Flame, we're about to add a lot of red mana, paying for itself basically as well, and it increases for everyone we have in our graveyard. We've got 3 of the 4 Omnaths. Locus of the Royal, When it enters, it deals damage equal to the number of elementals we control to any target. So that can be removal or just go face, and obviously doubling it up with a doubling trigger or evoking it with Ashling would be really, really good. Then landfall, put a +1/+1 count on target elemental we control. And if we control 8 or more lands, we draw a card. Locus of Creation. This might be the original one. 4/4. When it enters, draw a card. Then landfall, gain 4 life. It's the second time add Wooburg apart from black. If it's the third time, it deals damage to each opponent, each planeswalker we don't control. And then big Omnath, Locus of Rage, a 7 mana, 5/5, and it says landfall. When a land enters, create a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token, and then when Omnath or another elemental we control dies, Omnath deals 3 damage to any target. So obviously basically makes us go massively wide and deals down basically lightning bolts whenever an elemental dies. Next up, we have all the evoke elementals from Lorwyn Eclipsed: Vibrance, Wistfulness, Emptiness, Deceit, and Catharsis. And I am 99% sure the reason it's evoke 4 on the ability of Ashling is so that you can evoke these cards out and pay 4 mana and get both abilities. So to be aware of, the token that you create after you sacrifice them due to Ashling's ability doesn't take into account the mana you spent. So if you spent 2 red mana on Vibrance and evoked it, you deal 3 to any target. The token won't deal 3 when it enters, which is a bit of a shame. Fecund Green Shell, is a really powerful card in this deck. 5 mana, 4/6 reach. As long as we control 10 or more lands, creatures we control get +2/+2. And then when it or another creature we control with toughness greater than its power enters, like Ashling, we look at the top card of a library. If it's a land, put it onto the battlefield tapped, otherwise put it into a hand. Much like Risen Reef, and these two out just goes absolutely bonkers, especially if we've evoked them and we've got a doubling trigger, so we get like 2 copies of them. We just rip through our library, basically. Fury, we can evoke, well, when it comes down, it deals 4 damage divided as we choose amongst any number of target creatures and the planeswalkers, and it has double strike. So evoking this and attacking with a 3/3 double striker and getting that ETB trigger twice is just fantastic. Titan of Industry is basically a big finisher. 7 mana, 7/7, and reach trample. When it enters, we choose 2, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token. Put a shield count on target creature we control. If we have only 1 doubler out and evoke it, we're getting that ETB 4 times. And that can just wipe out all artifacts or enchantments, gain us 20 life, put down 16/16's worth of power and put a shield count and everything, and then it can attack in with 7/7 Trampler. Sunderflock, also from the new Lorwyn, basically when it enters, if we cast it, return all non-elemental creatures to the owner's hand. Now, something that I was confused about because I'm an idiot, evoke is a casting cost. So Sunderflock has a built-in reduction. It costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest mana value among elementals we control. Because evoke is a casting cost, let's say we've got a 4 power creature out, we can then evoke this for free. So I was kept on wondering why it's still saying I can cast it when I had no mana left, and that's why you can evoke it for 3, which might be really useful. And Null Drifter, just the big brother Eldrazi of Muldrotha. Now, one card I want to pay special mention to, it's not an elemental at all, but it is Luminous Broodmoth, or Mothra Supersonic Queen. 4 mana, 3/4 and flying. Whenever a creature we control dies without flying, return to the battlefield under its control with flying. So I think some of these elementals might have flying. Like Eirdu has flying, but Eirdu is also legendary. But like none of these creatures do have flying. So when we sack them from evoking, because they don't have flying, they will come back with a flying counter on them, and then we get the token from Ashling, which is absolutely bonkers. The Omnaths will get legend ruled, so that's not not really relevant, but you will get the ETP triggers again. As I said, Eirdu has flying, so it won't come back, but absolutely insane. So I'm not going to go through the rest of the deck. As you can imagine, lots of ramp, because even though Ashling's only 3 mana, it is an expensive commander, because you need mana to evoke, 4 to evoke one thing, although cost reductions do take things into account. Urza's Incubator can reduce the cost of all creatures of a certain type. We will choose Elemental, obviously, by 2. That's really powerful, but be aware it is symmetrical. So if you're in the mirror match, or if you're up against Salacinder and Soot, which I have been against, you probably don't want to play that out. Crystal of Water Cave or Chromatic Lantern can help fix our mana by making our lands tap for 1 mana of any colour. Same with Great Divide Guide, our lands tap for 1 mana of any colour. Mirara's Wake, so I really like it. Gathering Stone, we can name Elemental. It just helps cast them and just get through our deck as well. Eclipse Flame King can get through our deck and find islands, mountains, and elementals, and things like Descendant's Path and Riveteer's Ascendancy. I think are quite funny. Descendant's Path, beginning of upkeep, reveal top card of your library. If it's a creature that shares a creature type with a creature we control, which you most likely will, we can cast it for free. And then Riveteer's Ascendancy, whenever we sack a creature, we may return target creature card with lesser mana value from our graveyard to the battlefield tapped only once each turn. We're going to be sacking a lot of cards. So, and Muldrotha is also an elemental and lets us play a land and cast a permanent spell of each permanent type from our graveyard. So the only permanents we have are like enchantments, artifacts, creatures. So, but be able to play a land and cast those from the graveyard each turn. And again, because Evoke is a casting cost, we'll be able to evoke from the graveyard. Jegantha, not a companion because we don't meet the requirements, but is an elemental and it can tap for Wooburg as well. But it can't be used as pay generic mana cost. So, but you can potentially use that for Ashling's ability. In fact, I think you could evoke Jegantha, sack the first one, get the token which has haste, don't attack, tap it for Wooburg to pay for Ashling's ability to keep the token around. So just something to bear in mind. So that's the deck. It's really, really fun. It is a bit slow. One-on-one, it has obvious problems. But yeah, really, really powerful. And you can absolutely go off. So hope you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. Like, give a shout out to our patrons, Arcadius, Mihal, Thomas, and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support, and I'll see you all in the gameplay.